Hi students. Okay, so in this extra video to help with homework, I'm going to ask everybody, whether you're doing the homework or not, to watch this video, because in this video I'm going to show you how to work with a breadboard to make circuits. This is going to be important next week when we use transistors and build our logical gates, which shows us how computers use ones and zeros and circuits. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm on our Tinkercad page, this is where it opens up, and I go down to circuits, and I'm going to create a new circuit. Slow. It's checking along. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to put on this circuit, I'm going to do this circuit without a breadboard. Breadboard is a term that you may not have heard before, and we're going to use one today. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to get a battery. I'm going to put that component up here. Okay. Nice thing is you can use this little turn thing to turn your components around for the way that you want to go. So I'm going to do that, move that guy over here. Now the next component I'm going to get is a light bulb. And you want the bulb and not the LED. Oh, it's not showing up. Might need to say light bulb. Oh, interesting. I know it's here, so let's go look at all components and see if we can find it. Okay. Light bulb. Okay, there it is. Okay. We're going to put this here. Okay, and we're going to make a basic circuit. So a basic circuit isn't something I listed as a prereq for the course, but I need to connect. A circuit means the electricity needs to make a circle. So it needs to come out of the battery, go through whatever we're going to run it through, and it needs to be able to come back to the battery so that electrons can flow. It's the moving electrons that make electricity work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click from this, which is the positive side. Red is positive. I'm going to click it on one side. Now I'm going to change the color. This is just a good practice. The default color comes up as green. My computer's being a little bit slow. I'm going to change the color to red. Whenever I click from the positive side, I'm going to keep that as red. And then I'm going to click and do this. I'm going to change that color to black because that's going back. That goes back to, so this is off the positive side, it goes through the light bulb, and it comes back and it's black. It's going back to the battery. So I have a full circuit here. To see this circuit working, I come up here and I click simulation, and my light bulb turns on. If I come through here and make my circuit not work, I have to stop simulation, I guess, to edit the circuit. So let me just delete that wire, and I start the simulation. The simulation is running, but my light bulb isn't because there's no circle, there's no circuit to make this work. Okay, so what we had here is a plain ordinary circuit. We're going to add a breadboard. I honestly don't know why it's called breadboard. I should look that up. So I'm going to add the small one. Okay. Now, what a breadboard is really a set of wires that you can use conveniently, so you don't have to have a big snarl of wires going all over the place. And there are wires that go in one direction and wires that go in another direction. Up here, with these positive and negative, there is a wire underneath all of these holes that links all these holes together, and that goes to the negative side of the battery, or that is called ground. And there is one single wire that links all these holes together, and that goes to the positive side of the battery. Now along here, what we have are wires that go this way. underneath all these little dots are just little bare wires. And what that means is anything I plug into any of these dots is connected by this wire. It just lets you connect these things. So really this looks like a big high-tech complicated thing. It's a plastic thing that goes over the top that has little holes in it that you can put little things, little bare pieces of metal in to make electrical connections, and then I can connect them to positive and negative. So it's just a convenient way of doing that. All right, so let's take this guy, this light bulb. We're going to take him off the battery. We're going to attach him to our breadboard. So now he's plugged in to these two wires. Okay, I can show you, maybe I can show you that a little bit. He's plugged in to this wire and this wire, but let me delete that wire because really underneath there is a wire that runs all the way there. Now it doesn't connect to the positive and negative yet. It does not connect to a positive and negative. Okay, so even though I have this guy on my breadboard, he's all plugged in. If I start the simulation, he's not connected to anything, so nothing's going to show. Okay. Okay, what I want to do is connect one. Oh, actually, this would work. This is going to work better. Let me rotate him around. So he is plugged in like this. Okay, so my light bulb was plugged into this. He's got one terminal. Terminal 1 is plugged into this line number 4, and terminal 3 is plugged in here. Okay, I'm going to delete these guys because they were just to show you what's under there. So I need to connect one of these things to the positive side. So let me just run a little wire from there to there. So I've connected row 4 to the positive side. I'm going to make that red. Okay. Now I can use any of these holes to connect. So I'm going to use this hole just for fun, and I'm going to connect it to the negative right there. Now I can still start the simulation and nothing's going to happen. Why? Because this breadboard doesn't have its own power source, right? It's just a set of wires. So what I need to do is connect this negative side to the negative of my battery. I need to connect this positive side to the positive part of my battery. Oh, hold on, I didn't take that quite right. Okay. All right. So these are insulated wires, so they're not actually touching each other. Okay, so now I have connected the positive side to everything that's plugged into this row will be connected to the positive side of my battery. And everything that's plugged into this row will be connected to the negative side of my battery. So now when I start the simulation, my light turns on because the electricity can flow along this red line to this red line through the light bulb. Then it comes back around, it goes over to the ground, and it comes back here over to the battery. And that is how you use a breadboard. All right, for those of you doing the homework, the next one will show you about blinking the LED project with the button. But this is how to use a breadboard. Great. Talk to you soon. Bye.